כל השונה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בן העולם הבא. בעזרת השם, we'll be continue to discuss it today of the 20th of Tishri. Sure? Russian at night, בעזרת השם. Today is a Thursday, the 5th day of the week of Parashat, Shabbat Shmini Atzeret. We'll be discussing mitzvah number 33, honor your father and your mother. The mitzvah of Kibud Av V'Em. And as it says, and the mitzvah number 34, we're not allowed to murder. As it says, Lo Tirtzach in the Torah. B'ezrat Hashem, the mitzvot are sponsored today, B'ezrat Hashem, in accordance with the L'ilui Nishmat. L'ilui Nishmat? Имена есть ли L'ilui Nishmat?
L'ilui Nishmat, моего отца можно, но он уже...
Ну, говорите.
Он еще...
Говорите имя.
Мошиах Алеви бен Блор.
משיח הלוי בן בלור. גם, L'ilui Nishmat יש עוד? אוקיי, להבדיל לחיים למתים, לרפואה שלמה לכל חולה עמו ישראל, וכלם לחיה בת ליה, יוסף חיים בן מברד, יעקב ישראל דניאל בן אנג'לה, רפואה שלמה, יוסף שלום חי הלוי, בן חנה אנג'לה, וגם דור עבדיה אל טוב. רפואה שלמה לכל חולה עמו ישראל. בעזרת השם, the mitzvah is like this. לכבד האב והאם, we are obligated to honor our parents, as it says in the Torah. It says in the Torah, Sefer Shmot, chapter 20, pasuk 12. כבד את אביך ואת אמך. Then it continues the pasuk. ובא הפירוש, the Gemara in Kiddushin, page 31, second side, discusses, איזהו כיבוד? What is considered to be honoring your parents? How do you honor your parents? So the Gemara answers, מאכיל ומשקה. You must feed your parents food into their mouth. You must give them drink into their mouth. Malbish umchaseh, you are to dress them properly and provide them with and cover them when they go to sleep. Machnis umotzi, take them to wherever they need to go, and you'd have to bring them back home from after wherever they went to. That's the language of the Gemara. All right. So again, what are you obligated to do to your parents? Everything that they did to you when you were a baby. Exactly how you were when you were a baby, 2 years old, up to 2 years old, 3, up to 6. Today it's probably up to 20, up to 30, almost. Well, the children are being taken care of by their parents. But over here you see that there's a concept, just like a little baby, you must nurture your parents. Now, you're going to say, it's going to take my time. And by the way, this is not needless to say, it's a big averah, it's a big mistake. It could be that the parents could be fault and also children. You see a lot of people I know today, this generation, a lot of children are not getting married, taking care of their older parents. It's a big avirah, by the way. It's not a mitzvah what they're doing. It is the worst thing in the world that the son and the child could do for their kabod avayim is not to get married, just to take care of them. It's a big problem. It's because a big avirah. But no, because the parents really want to see offspring. They want to see grandchildren. What are you doing here? No, I'm not getting married because my parents need your help. Who told you? There is, again, everything in the Torah is darchei noam. It's not normal for a person not to be married. Chas v'shalom. It's the worst thing in the world for a man not to be married. According to already many rabbanim today, they passed away already, but in our time, Rabbi Avigdor Miller, Rabbi Shimon Birnbaum from Mir Yeshiva, they were pushing. You're going to have time. Rabbi Avigdor Miller had a problem. A lot of girls are singles. A lot of single girls. What kind of haram? A girl till 22 is not married. She already could have 4 children by now. Rabbi Avigdor Miller is great about that. And today you have so many girls. Whose fault? It's her fault, of course. There's no question about it. No question about it. It's not Hashem's fault. It's all a lie. Anybody tells you right now that there is an epidemic and there is this, there is a problem with shidduchim. There is no problem with shidduchim. It's not Torah language. People with big beards and big rabbis and they're saying we have a big problem in marriage. It's not true. First of all, to blame the parents. The parents are at fault. Why? It's simple. When I was growing up, why did I get married? Unfortunately, I got divorced and then right away I got to be married. What's the question? What are you going to do? It didn't work out with the first one. Khalas, next case. Yeah, okay, the rabbi told me, get divorced, get divorced. But the question is, what do you do? I could have sit down and bye-bye. Like right now, I was in the hospital, they pronounced me dead 5 times. I'm doing more action in the community after I was pronounced dead than I was doing before. Right? A person could give up and bye-bye. No, it's an obligation on you. The Torah says, simply, the Gemara says, if you're not married by 25, something's wrong with you. Maybe you don't want to get married. Most probably you don't want to get married. Don't blame your parents. I'm taking care of my parents and this and that. Habibi, You're here to do what Hashem wants you to do. And this is what? To get married. It's not the best. I can't find the best. Do me a favor. I have a bet with any boy that I talk to. 45 minutes, the next shidduch he gets married. That's the rule. That's the rule by me. There's no such playing games. I bet with them. I give him a bet. No matter how much you're going to date the girl, no matter, it's all, if Hashem wants you to have suffering, you're going to have suffering. No, Rabbi, it's the people didn't think. You see, you got divorced, you didn't think too much. Habibi, there's no such a thing. It doesn't work like that. Hashem already predestined everything. So, Rabbi Victor Miller's scripts about girls not getting married. Unfortunately, today, Parnasah today, the Rabbi Shmuel Burbam says you're going to have to take 2-3 wives to survive today. Unfortunately.
What was that?
You're going to have to take 2-3 wives to survive today. Paying a mortgage, $4,000-$5,000 mortgage? You crazy? Are you kidding me? And there's a lot of problems. And a lot of people there's a big inyan. Why did I say my mother? My mother, when we were growing up, вы слышали, наверное, это? Своей жене скажешь. You do it in your house.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what my mother brainwashed us. From 5 years old, you ты будешь своей жене это говорить. У тебя дома будешь командировать. You're going to be the boss in your house. So what was she doing to us? All of you mothers did it. Мама говорила, всем говорила так. Почему? Instilling in us, get married. Instilling in us, you have to get married. Ashkenazim, but they're the ones that came up with this idea that in America over here, there's a problem and difficult to get married. You know why? Because their parents messed up. Why? Any little problem in the school, the teacher is at fault. Any little problem, the principal is at fault. The other child is at fault. Hello? My principal called my mother. You know what I got? I got a metal side of the belt. I didn't get the soft one. Okay? No such a thing somebody else's fault in my family. My mother, it's your fault. And you get married right away. A person grows up with a responsibility. Today everybody's too nurtured. No wants to get married.
Плодись и размножайся.
Yeah.
Это очень
So
важно.
everything. So to tell me, just a second. So to tell me that a person is not getting married because the Torah obligates him to take care of his parents like their babies, that's Avera. Because the parents want him to get married. What do you want to ask?
I have a question. Sometimes kids, right? The lady or the guy wants to get married.
Yeah.
But they don't know what's waiting
I tell you.
for them. You understand?
You know, I know, I tell you.
That's the fear kicks in. Like,
No, that's not fear. That's not fear. That's called gava. In English, it's called gava. You know what gava means? I tell you why. I tell you why. I have to be satisfied to get married. Who are you? You see, that's the difference. I don't live in this world that I deserve anything. There's a Mishnah. The Mishnah says, the Mishnah says you're born without asking you. Nobody asked you. You were born, Hashem forced you to come down here. You were enjoying your Olam Haba, and Hashem took you out of there. Okay, He gave you a scenario. There's a whole midrash how it's discussed. Who's going to go down? You chose to come down here in the Neshama. But nobody said that your Neshama had to stay here. The moment that you got pregnant, your mother, the moment that you're born, you could have died and finished. Go to Olam Haba. But no, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, no, you're going to stay here, Mochka. You have to finish your job. Now, what do you mean I have to finish my job? It doesn't matter. Let me kill myself. No such thing. No suicide. All this is allowed. That's right. Not allowed. Why? Again, no, I'm just telling you reality.
But can you get into a situation
Hold on,
where
let me
you
finish.
get killed by accident?
One second. Let me finish. And who decided that? I'm going to be a little secret. Even if a person killed himself, Hashem still decided it. Okay? But it's not the point. The point is here is that you to live a life. What is normal? It is normal. It is abnormal for an 18-year-old boy not to be married. Abnormal. Don't let anybody brainwash you. There's Bukharians. I was so mad. 2 years ago, there was a boy died 20 years old. A big tzaddik. He drowned in the lake. No, everybody knows about it. The whole famous story. Bukharian boy from Rigo Park, Arizona, in the lake over there. He got drowned. Everybody, and that's it. Wow, bechora. The only thing I heard was bechora, tzaddik died. What I was saying, and nobody cares. Nobody listens to me. That's why my YouTube videos are not in thousands. Right? When I speak about a topic that everybody likes, right away there's 1,000. But such a topic nobody listens to. You know why he died? Because the Gemara says you can't have 20 years old not married children. It's an Avera. A 20-year-old boy who's not married, he's going to be killed. That's what the Gemara says. Did anybody say it? Any Bukhari and Rabbi you heard something? No, everybody's afraid. What are the people going to think? Habibi, that's not your job. Your job is to say the truth. Wake up, world. What is this nonsense? An 18-year-old, 20-year, 36-year-old, I'm a multi-billionaire, 36-year-old in Bulgarian, doesn't want to get married. He came to me 6 years ago. Rabbi, get me married. I said, what's married? You don't want to get married. Don't play games with me. I said, I do shidduchim. I said, listen, after 25, I have a charge. I have a kollel, I have a midrash, I do a lot of, I help people. $10,000 you give me, we'll take care of the poor people, you'll get married in 6 months. What's your guarantee, Rabbi? My guarantee, you give a check, I'll put it in an escrow. Not going to use it. If you're not married within 6 months, I give you back the check. Okay. On one condition, you come to learn with me. Okay, he came 2-3 times. After 3 weeks, he calls me. I call him up, Habibi. He gave me a condition. What's the condition? Post-dated check. Post-dated check for 30 days. I said, no problem. And there's a multi-billionaire. I know the guy has money. $10,000 check. He gave it to me. I said, I'm holding it on. I held to the check until 2 years ago. He calls me up after the 28th day. Rabbi, forget about the deal. Everything is good. I'm getting married already. I'm dating somebody. That's it. I said, okay, forget about the deal. Don't deposit the check. He said, the deal was if I deposit the check. And then wait 6 months. But since you didn't deposit the check, I'm getting married. Khalas. No. I said, you know what, Habibi? No problem. I don't fight with anybody.
As long as you
get married already, Till today, he's upset with me. Why he's not married?
Still not married?
Nah, still not married. Upset with me, and he's blaming me. His whole family hates my guts. Why, Rabbi, you're not getting him married? I said, I have permission to give you to be married. It's your problem. Go get married. Yeah. Mishoshe mitzvah. That's right. Yeah. You'll be surprised what we will do. One guy came to me. He found out I charged $10,000 for shidduchanim. Machala, Rabbi Sofer is a Rasha, Gazlan. Shidduchim takes money. I said, Habibi, there's a reason why I charge money. Only this guy's after 25, because I hold, according to the Torah I learned, if you're not married at 25, you don't want to get married. I had boys come to me at 27, 29, they finally got married. They came to me, they didn't listen to me in the beginning. Rabbi, you're right. Once I decided to get married, I got married. Like this. Instantly.
So it's because they don't want to get married?
Yeah, that's it.
You switched their
100% true. The derech shadam alech, ba melochin otam. The Gemara says,
But they want to get married, but there's a lot of obstacles comes in.
Habibi, don't it. Gava.
Okay,
I'm
where's the
God.
Gava?
I'm God.
Where's the Gava?
I'm God. Because I don't want.
Where is it coming from?
Because he thinks he's the charge.
No.
Okay, whatever you say. No problem.
Where does the Gava come from?
Where does the Gava?
Source, yeah.
The Gava, I tell you where it comes from.
Yeah.
Gava comes from when a guy comes to you, or a beautiful girl around you're walking in the street and a beautiful girl comes to you and she says to me, wow. You look beautiful. You're a stud.
The girl says that?
Yeah,
That
she's
never happens.
Of course, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you because that's probably your Gava is on the other channel. What's Gava? You ask me what's Gava, I'm answering you. You're walking by a club and a girl comes out. But I had that. I'm walking in London with my talit, and there's early in the morning. I've met many times. So a girl comes out of the car. They were playing around 2-3 girls with a guy. A girl comes out naked, half naked. Come, join with us. You know what's the Gava? I'm going to go into that car? Me?
No.
That's Gava. That's what you're supposed to have, Gava. I'm going to do Avera. Who am I? What are we talking about? That's where the Gava is made for. That a person like me, I should do Gava? Should I do Avera? That's the only reason for Gava. Today, everybody uses Gava for anything else. Huh? Ishol Levi. The roots of this mitzvah, שראוי לו לאדם שיכיר ויגמור חסד למי שעשה עמו טובה. A person is obligated to constantly have in mind and have this desire to fulfill goodness to whoever paid him goodness. Imagine yourself. Shem Rachem. I want to cry. 5 years ago, there was a story in Pennsylvania. 2 druggies. A father and a mother were druggies. Probably Jewish. The names were Jewish. They came in. The police came in. The baby was sitting in the high chair, dead. Wow. Why? Because the diaper, the diaper had full of what do you call those before flies? The worms before flies?
Larvae?
No. You put meat and then maggots. The diaper was full of maggots and they ate up the baby. Okay? Imagine a parent does not change a diaper. Shem Rachem, what are we talking about? When I was growing up, I was so sensitive to that. I was so sensitive. I grew up, and Baruch Hashem, I grew up without diapers. Hello, Habibi, you think diapers is a good thing for a baby? It's the worst thing in the world. We grew up without diapers. I don't know what your age is. We grew up healthy, no problem. Never had a rash in the bottom. When I put my baby in the babysitter, I'll give you. I bring all the diapers. A minute they make you take it off. My baby had a rash. I would scream at the babysitter. What are you doing? My house, a baby made it in the middle of the night. I get up, I change him instantly. Who do you think you are to let him suffer? You know what an acid is? How destructive it is? All those rashes. Now we have pasta, paste, egg paste, nut paste, toothpaste. Do me a favor. How about you take care of your baby properly so he doesn't have that problem? No, everybody is finicky. That's what parents did. We worried about our kids, so now the kids have to worry about us. That's the way it works. The worst thing in the world is not to pay back the good that people do to you. Not to be makir tov. Not to say, a person does you a favor, you're in debt to him for the rest of your life. And it's not, those goyish sach in the movies they have, I owe you one. Oh, I paid you one. I paid you? Somebody did good to you, you owe him for the rest of your life, and every time you pay him, it's not enough. It's not enough, because what's the level? What's the level that he helped you? What was the level that you were helping him? Is at the same level. You never know. That's why the Torah says, you must always be on the edge of understanding that you owe this person a gratitude, a debt of gratitude forever. It's not one time. This is a goyish idea. Oh, he helped me, I helped him, and we patur from each other. No! Never. You never patur. Once you took help from somebody, you needed help forever. דיני המצווה כגון כבוד, זה מנכסי מי חייב לעשותו, אם משל אב או משל עצמו. So the question now, what about who pays? Let's say I have to take my father to the doctor. Now the gasoline costs money, right? Or Uber costs money. Who pays for that? For all these things? והלכה משל אב, ואם יש לו נכנסים לאב, ואם לאב יחזר הבן אפילו על הפתחים ויאכיל אביו. What about if the father doesn't have money? The son doesn't have money. Does the son have to go collect money for himself and now has to collect money for his father? So all those rules are going to be discussed. Kibud av v'em is a kodem. What about who comes first? Your father or your mother? Who asks you first? The halacha is obviously the father, because your mother is obligated to honor him first. So your father or mother asks you for coffee or tea. You're up and you could only bring one, or at least when you're making it, you could make two. Baruch Hashem, 2 hands. But if you don't have, let's say people are harmed or something, but let's say you could make 2. Whenever you're making the coffee, you're supposed to have in mind, the first cup is for my father. You know how far it goes? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is bidagdek. He comes and he calculates every detail what you do. So if you say the father comes first, but you're bringing 2 people tea. So let's say you're sitting now with the tea, Baruch Hashem, in the sukkah, and with your father and mother sitting, you put a cup first to the father. Here's your cup, Papa, one chai. But to mama. Then you give to mama. What's that first big mama? Now, again, there's a lot of rules. A lot of rules in respect that the person could think that he's doing a mitzvah. In reality, he is actually, it's an avera to help your mother before your father. Let's go far, about that far.
The parents sitting and your wife sitting. Come on, about chai.
Huh? No, okay. If your wife asked for it, you have to give your wife. That's the truth.
If she doesn't ask for it, you don't give it to her first?
If she didn't ask for it, no. My father, I did ask. Your father asked, why are you bringing tea?
No, just bring it.
So if nobody asking, you give to your father. If your wife asked it, you must give it to your wife first. That's right. Because your wife is you. It's you. So since your wife is you, and you have to, let's say, what did they tell you in the airplane? Let's say you have a sick person next to you. Your father is very frail, and Chas v'Shalom, there's no oxygen in the plane. Who are you supposed to put on the mask on first? Why?
Because you come first.
Why? So you could take care of him. That's the rules. The rules that's besides the point. But no, you come first, always. The law is that your life always comes before anybody's life. Unless they're in danger and you could save them and you could try to help them, even though you're putting yourself in danger. So there's a lot of halachot about revolves about that, and there's the heterim. There's what. This mitzvah. Now, как зовут вас? Я извиняюсь. Нерьё. Фамилия? Вы были в Бруклине? Мне кажется, я помню вас оттуда. Бруклин. Барух Хашем. Gemara спрашивает. Gemara asks the question. Who is the luckiest person in the world? Как сказать lucky in Russian? Самый счастливый человек в мире кто? No,
Тот, кто доволен тем, что у него есть.
No, that's самех. Тот самех, тот радостный говорит. Не говорите мне Мишна, который я не спрашиваю вас от Мишны, я вас спрашиваю Гемара. Я вас спрашиваю, кто самый счастливый человек в мире? Да. Гемара, смотрите этот ответ, вы сейчас в обморок упадете. Гемара says, the person his mother got pregnant, his father died, and when he was born, his mother died. That's the luckiest person in the world. The luckiest person. Это самый счастливый человек в мире, который... Папа умер, когда он забеременел, мама родила, он умер.
So an orphan is the luckiest
The
person.
luckiest person. Почему? Why?
He never met
Why?
his parents.
Exactly state, Gabi.
Why?
He never met his parents, so he didn't have the hardship to cry for them. To
No.
mourn them.
No. He never did the Avira. This is the biggest Avira in the world. We all break it. No matter how much you help your parents, you always break the Avira. Your finger, the Gemara says that Rabbi Tarfon, his mother was very strict.
Кстати, он коин был.
Yeah?
Тарфон коин.
Rabbi Tarfon, he would put his hands down so his mother would not step on the earth when she walked. And the Gemara says he didn't even achieve the level of Esav Rasha. Esav had more zuchut of honoring father Yitzchak Avinu more than Rabbi Tarfon, who his mother embarrassed in front of everybody. And he was so nice to her, and he took care of her to the last drop. He was mamish even carrying her in his hands. Still didn't achieve that mitzvah of perfection, mitzvah number 33. Mitzvah Lag, Lamed Gimel. Mitzvah 33, Kibbut Avayim, is the hardest of the world. Я думаю, I'm talking to my mother, yes. And everything was nice during the conversation. In the end, one little twitch. Ты иди отсюда. Mama, что стало? What did I do? Didn't pick up the phone еще. Даже телефон не поднимает больше. Все было хорошо, 20 минут разговаривали, тут решили проблему. Solve this problem, that problem. You make one little mistake, the parents are upset.
У нас тут в штате нет таких.
Да, please, да.
Давай, что вас позвонили,
Mitzvah,
я пойду.
no problem. Mitzvah number 34. Lo la'arog. It's an avera to kill. What is going on? What do you mean it's avera to kill? There's a mitzvah, the Beit Din has to kill. Don't we have a mitzvah to kill? We do. We have many mitzvah to kill. Which mitzvah? Mitzvah number 600. What? 600. What's the mitzvah 600? Haba leorgecha. Somebody's coming to kill him. You should go kill him. Yeah, okay. What about Mechalel Shabbat? Well, kill him. Somebody's been zaneh, you take somebody else's wife, kill him. What about so many mitzvot? The person is avera, you have to kill. What's going on here? Lo la'arog. Shelo la'arog naki. Oh, the nekuda is we're not allowed to kill innocent people. An innocent person, you're not allowed to kill. What is innocent? Let's see. Shelo la'arog devish ne'emar. It says in Sefer Shemot chapter, you could leave anytime you want. I'm not holding anybody, please. Sefer Shemot chapter 20, Pasuk Yud Gimel. Lord Tirtzach. It says there clearly you're prohibited from murdering. Shoresh mitzvah zo, everybody knows why we're not allowed to kill. How can you have a city? How can you have a yishuv? How can you have a settlement with people killing each other? You can't have that. So obviously that's the main reason. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu, another most important reason. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not create this world so that, imagine this, I have a friend, even myself many times, Baruch Hashem, I stopped it. When I was growing up, you get angry at somebody. Somebody do evil things to you, right? Evil, police, balagan. Unjust. So what do you think? Hashem kill this person, right? Let me go already. I have a friend right now in Miami. He hates everybody. He's publicly about it. I don't like people. I said, Habibi, I used to talk like this. If I don't like this person, let him go. I said, but then I start imagining. If you hate somebody so much and you want him to go, imagine for yourself for a second, you're the only person in the world. How long are you going to last? Where are you going to eat bread from? Do you know how much you go right now, everybody's going to go to the bagel shop to get bagel, right? Or a challah, or whatever it is for Shabbat. How many people you need to make that challah? You know? If I told you more than 100,000, you'd be surprised? You think not? Okay. How do they plow? How do they plant? Who creates all that? There's a guy who needs to make a screw. a little bolt. You need thousands and thousands manufacturing factories back there. You have so many people working just for you to eat one bagel. Over 100,000 people for you to eat bagel.
Хотя бегал не полезный, Рабан.
Это по-вашему.
Не, я говорю,
Я кушаю sourdough bagel. Я кушаю ташкентский еще.
смотри, какой бегал.
Значит, сейчас вы поменяли уже, окей, good.
Не.
Думайте самое...
Сам полезный.
Да. Думайте, что... Только think that I always think about the positive.
Если правда белый, это мука.
Я знаю, окей. Это не об этом сейчас речь. Сейчас речь, we want to talk about how there is destructive. People don't think there's other people who are important in this world. It says in the Pasuk, don't disregard any human. Every person in this world is what needed in this world. Now you have this Rashaim, Bill Gates, Charles Schwab, all those Rashaim, all those elites. They say we don't need humans anymore. We have machines, they'll do all the job. It's not true. It's not true. Robot will never get there. It will never be satisfactory. The world needs, why do you think we have so many people today? This Rashaim, they're brainwashing everybody. People, how many of you thought for a second there's not enough food in the world? What if I told you that if the whole world has a drought, the whole world has no water, just in America there's water, and they're growing pshenica and all the food. If the world has 1 billion people, 1 trillion people, I believe there's over 100 billion people in the world today even, they're lying to us. Let's say if the world has 1 trillion people, just the land mass in America could fill the 1 trillion people every day, 3 meals a day. You know how much food the world could produce? What's going on? And they're brainwashing us constantly. There's not enough food, there's not enough this. You have to get rid of some people. Chas shalom. Every human being, how important it is. What? How do I suspect it's 100 billion? At least. I think it's much more than that. Very simple. I made a simple math. You want to make it out loud? I'll make it out loud. By the time of Mabul, how many people were there? We don't know. But one place I do know how many people were. After the Mabul, till Melchemet, Chamishat Malachim against 4 Malachim. The 4 kings against 5 kings. The Zohar tells us Abraham Avinu murdered soldiers. Soldiers. We're not talking about old people. Soldiers, young, the people that go to war. Killed 2.7 billion people. Abraham Avinu killed. Throwing sand. You know how much sand you could throw in one hand? And each sand turned into a sword. You know what happened at the war, right? I'm sure you heard Midrash. They threw at him spears and swords, and it all landed in front of him as sand. So Rabbeinu said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Hashem didn't go tell him to go fight a war, but he saw something strange. They're throwing at him spears, and it's all turning into sand. So what did he do? He told his 380 people, just pick up the sand that they threw at you, and throw it back at them, see what happens. And they start throwing back, and everything turned back into spears. So he killed the Zohar says 2.7 billion people. Billion. 2.7 billion. No, it's a Zohar. There's 3 times that there's 3 wars that will be killing the same amount of people. The war of Sisra next time. During the Melech Chizkiyahu Melech, where the Malach Gabriel came and he killed 2.7 billion people more again. As it says over there, that we have that number actually. We have 185,000 generals in that war. You know the king Chizkiyahu, where he just said to Hashem, you take care of them, I go to sleep, right? That was Zohar says also 2.7 billion soldiers. Okay? So now, let's see. From Noah till Abraham Avinu till the Milchama, it was 360 years. You have 2.7 billion soldiers in the world. What's a percentage-wise right now, the world, we have soldiers? Half a percentage point. Around the whole world, if you combine the whole armies of according to their numbers, right? They're saying for 8 billion soldiers, 8 billion people, there's about 40 million soldiers in the world. According to their numbers. Let's play with their numbers for a second. Which is false anyway, but let's say. Now, in 360 years, you have 540 billion people in the world. From Mabul till Abraham Avinu. 540 billion already. Okay? That's what the Zohar tells you. You're going to fight with Zohar? You can fight. I don't have to fight with Zohar. Now, so that means what? In 360 years, in the turmoil time, there was wars already. There was acquisition. Nimrod was fighting wars left and right. Right? That's Nimrod. Why is he called Nimrod? He was the first one to start wars. So now, imagine yourself in 360 years with wars, we have 540 billion people in the world. 1,600 years from Adam Rishon till Mabul. How many years? 1,600, right? There was no rain. One rain. There was no rain every day. They never saw rain in their lives. No people saw rain except for Adam Rishon. One rain sustained them all the way till Mabul. Mabul was the first rain ever that they ever saw in their history. Was the rain before. So Adam Rishon, he davened for why did he daven for rain? To give food. The fruit of Adam Rishon lasted till Mabul. Nothing spoiled. Nothing spoiled. No turmoil. Birth, a mother and a husband, they go to sleep at night, and the baby is walking at 3 o'clock in the morning bringing tea to his mother already. That's Midrash. There was no, again, the Torah tells you, only after Noah, the woman started giving pangs at birth. Whatever Hashem told Hava was not happening until 1,600 years later. So can you imagine in 1,600 years how many they had birth? According to my smallest idea, over 10 trillion people in the world. This world could sustain whatever you want. This whole thing that the world is round and the whole big, but only that they see from the, they never went, you can never leave. You know that upstairs there's water. There's no pasuk.
Water?
Of course.
Where, in the skies?
Yeah, above the skies. There is a glass or whatever Hashem put over there to protect us from the water. How did the Mabul come?
It's not a glass.
They're calling it
ozone.
They're calling it fermentation. No, it's not ozone. Whatever, you could call it anything you want, but there's glass. There's actual glass. The Gemara says it holds it chalanot. How did Hashem bring Mabul? The Gemara says took out two stars that are protecting it from the water coming in. There's water there. There's nothing. There's nobody going to space. It's all fake. And the sun is not 99 million years away. The sun is right here. It's circling around the earth. It's amazing. They're liars. Why are they doing all that? For you to think that, oh, okay, we're giving up. The Gemara says, the worst thing will be in the time of Mashiach, the Mashiach, people, the whole governments will be against Hashem. What does that mean? What, 2,000 years ago, all the governments were for Hashem? The whole governments, if anything, was the worst against Hashem. So what is Gemara talking about? You know what Gemara is talking about? The Gemara is talking about that there's going to be technology in the world that you could actually see Hashem. You will be able to say, there is Hashem. There's nothing about it. If you tell the world today, there is actually a glass protecting us. And this Rashaim, Hillary, Imach Shema, the one who ran for president in 2016, in 2015, she proclaimed out loud, they shot up 18 million missiles. In 2015, and they still cannot break it. They cannot go there. And what was the whole power of Babel? The Tower of Babel. That was the whole point. What did they want to do? They wanted to break the shield so the world would flood, and they say to Hashem, we could also destroy the world. And what Hashem said, they're going to succeed. So actually, if they're going to be working together, they'll succeed. They'll flood the world. Because that's what we are. What do we think is happening today? How is the whole world getting flooded and all these dangerous things in the world? Because they're doing something that the Zohar says will cause it. What? No? The Pasuk says, their hands are full of blood. What does that mean? They're spilling sperm all over. They're spilling sperm without children. Wasting the whole day. So they're wasting, that's what we have over here all over the world. Besides the fact that they're killing 55 million babies every year in the stomachs. That's the normal. It jumps between 40 to 55 million. They're committing murder to babies. They call it abortion in English. It's a lie. It's not abortion. It's murder. This is what we're talking about here. What are you killing this baby for? Rabbi, no, she was raped by her father, so that's a justification. That's your justification? How about training the fathers they shouldn't touch their daughters? How about that? How about taking away all the znut in the world? No, this one was raped, this one is this. Is just any justification. I have a doctor friend, Dr. Judge Moskowitz, tzaddik, and he has no problem saying the story. He was in Colombia once, Doctors Without Borders, whatever, helping out over there, and a doctor calls him over. A Goyish Christian doctor. Says, what's going on in the middle of the night? They're doing an abortion. Who are they doing an abortion on? He wants just to feel comfortable. Why? It's a 10-year-old girl being done abortion on because her father raped her, she's pregnant. All right? Okay, you don't need to be feeling good. In that case, you should do abortion because you're going to kill her. She's going to die probably. Because it depends on what age. At that age, Gemara says probability the baby will kill her. So you not supposed to get pregnant before 12 years old. It's the worst thing. 12 and up, it's a mitzvah, right? But anyway, the world today is crazy, and they're making everybody just lying to everybody. This is what they're talking about the whole day. Bill Gates, Schwab, the world is overpopulated, global warming. What for? Why are they talking global warming all day? What for? That's the reason. To justify murder. There's too many people in the world. Sick people. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just Texas here, your neighbor. Where's Texas? That way probably, right? No. This is Mizrach, so Texas is right there. No, Mizrach is this way, so Texas is right here, right, that way. I like to be geographically correct if I can. Texas is there. Do you know that the mess land of Texas could put 7.5 billion people on one floor of houses? If you built the whole land, you just build one floor, and each person will have 1,000 square foot home. You could put 7.5 billion people just in the Texas.
Yeah, it's a big state.
Okay? Now, imagine you build a tower, 20-floor tower. How many people is that already? That's 145 billion already. Just in the state of Texas, you could feed people. You should feed them, live them, and comfortably. Everybody has 1,000 square foot house, and it's only 20 floors. Big deal. Go to skyscrapers in downtown, probably here also they have skyscrapers. What are you talking about? What kind of nonsense is this? Ooh, the world is overpopulated. Chas v'shalom. Why are they doing it? Because that's why. You have to understand people. Somebody, when they started with this sickness, the 2020 sicknesses that ended up in the hospital. I made a big. You're going to close shuls. You're going to close yeshivot. You're going to close the protection of the world. How can you do that, Rabbi Sofer? You crazy? I said, why did I say? I said the goyim want to kill us. That's why they want to close everything. That's history. Anytime they want to close down the yeshivot, it's because they want to kill us. So I made out a speech about it. Somebody comes to me and says, Rabbi Sofer, come on, the goyim, not everything they do is to hurt us. I said, what are you talking about? You could talk whatever you want, but I have halacha on my side. Says Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, halacha, Esav soneh et Yaakov. Anything goy does is to kill us. Right now they came out with this silly idea, you cannot hit your children. You know it's a mitzvah to hit your children? Not out of anger, but for chinuch. Up to 13 years old, the boys, up to 12 years old, it's a mitzvah to hit them. Mazeh. Why they came to you? Be nice to your kids, be nice. You have to do it. Don't hit him. Chas v'shalom. The Torah tells you. The only way the child that has no etzer tov, he only is going to do bad. And what is that for? Again, to kill you. Where did they come out? Don't hit your children. What's happening today? You think it's for nothing? Boys going around in Jewish community, especially by us? You think for nothing? Boys going around? I'm talking about boys getting married to boys. Where does that come from? Because you didn't hit him. That's right. Imagine, what are you talking about? I was wearing mama's pantalones when I was growing up. I remember 4 or 5 years old wearing pantalones walking around. My mother, what? I never even said to my mother, I want to be a girl. Today, a child coming to his mother in California, Mama, I want to be a girl. Yes, of course, let's go. Of course, yeah, just smack him one time. I want to see how he's going to be a girl. What kind of nonsense is this? No, if you touch your child, you go to jail. So what's going on? The goyim are planning this avirah. Mitzvah lamedam, chas v'shalom, Jews going to do mitzvot. The whole constantly, just to kill, just to destroy. We're Jews, totally opposite. Totally opposite. And this I'm going to end. There was a Bukharian person, I don't know his name, very famous, but in my TikTok, on my account, the 2 Loaves Daily, where I put up the mitzvot, I put him up for 2 minutes over there. Bukharian guy, older man, respectable man, looks like exactly my apparently, I didn't know. Gabriel Pinchasov is my father's cousin. My father's cousin. I have to actually, my mother told him, well, her husband was also Sadak. Her husband is my grandfather's brother. Daniel and anyway, so what I want to say?
Small world.
Huh?
Small world.
No. Again, the concept was
Story.
what?
You're saying a story. You say you're going to end up in a story.
Funny story.
Your TikTok.
Oh, yeah, right. Beautiful. So he looks like my uncle, Dr. Pinchasov, a respectable person. You could, and he says, "We're the Jews. What is a Jew? We're not here to fight wars. But if you come attack us, we'll give it back to you." And that's what you're supposed to do. Mitzvah number 601. Never have mercy on anybody who wants to hurt somebody. No mercy. It's aveira to have mercy. Yeah, I'm talking about physically. Kill him. If the only way to stop him,
spiritually, like emotionally.
well, we don't. That is a different class. That will be a different class. Doesn't matter who. If you see a Jew who wants to kill another Jew, or police officer even, a police officer running and you have a gun in states. No, again, we're talking about killing. Yeah, we're talking about killing. Mitzvah 601 tells you cannot make a cheshbonot. If a police officer running after a guy, the guy is not shooting back at the police officer, and the police officer says, "Stop or I'll shoot." You take out your gun and you say to police officer, "You shoot, I'll kill you." That's the law. That's the halacha. Unless he has a gun. If he has a gun and he's shooting at the police officer, then you should afford to shoot the guy. What's it shooting at a police officer? Who do you think you are? What's it? But there's laws. Oh, but the government, everything in America or anywhere else, the government is always concentrating on one thing: is to harm Jewish people. Everything they do. Tell me any law. Of course. Tell me any law the government gave. They love it. Any law the government put out, it's only to harm the Jews. A turtle, here in Florida they have this. Who owns most of the houses by the beaches? The Jews. What do they do? A turtle comes out, if your lights is on, $1,500 penalty.
A turtle?
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain time you're not allowed to, from June or something, or till June, from March, you're not allowed to have lights on in your backyard, and by the beach. Give you $1,500 back. You think they care about the turtle? They care about the $1,500. That's what they care about. They don't care about nothing. They only care about the end line, the budget. B'ezrat Hashem should protect us from this. Hashem should protect us. Oh, the Jewish people should be always anachat. Machol b'ezrat Hashem, never harm anywhere for us.